Just test the live to see if I'm live. Just test the live to see if I'm live. There, good evening. Warm welcome. Good evening, Leanne. Hello there. Hello, Amanda. Long time no see. I haven't spoken to you in a long time. Hi, Kim. Yes, I'm going to be using a couple of these tonight. Hello, Bev. Hello, Bev. Hi, Emma. Good evening. Hi, Rebecca. Warm welcome. I hope you're all sitting comfortably. Hello, Anne. Just having a quick drink of water because I was on the phone up until 2 minutes ago. Hello, Julie. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Katrina. I was on the phone to the bank because Royal Mail wouldn't accept my card. And it turns out, hello there. I think our country goes absolutely demented when it comes to Christmas. Nothing works. Hello, Louise. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Diane. Hello. Hi, Maxine. I hope you're well. Hi, Jan. Warm welcome. Now, let's just do the weather warning now. As we all know, there's some storm or other. I can't remember the name, so I won't go there. You've got your tea. Wonderful. I've got my water. So the weather's not good out there. So it may, you know, sort of buffer. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But just warning you in the meantime. Hello to all in the chat, Louise says. Hello, Teresa. Warm welcome. Good evening, Ruth. Hello, Cheryl. I hope everybody is well. Hi, Jean. It's from the Gansai Tambi. Hello, Sarah. Warm welcome. I hope everybody's well. Bram, is that what it's called? Why is it called Storm Bram? You know, why have we called it Storm Bram? I like to know what things mean, why it's called these things. Hello, Sally. Hi, Kate. Storm Bram. No idea. So I'm going to use two colours from here. Hi, Jackie. Yes, Storm Bram. Why is it called Storm Bram? Is there not usually a meaning behind it, why it's called a certain storm? Good evening, Anne. Good evening. Warm welcome. I hope it's not too blowy in Scotland. We've had post issues here in Leamington Spa. We didn't get post for over a week. That really helps small businesses, doesn't it, Leanne? If you don't get post for a week. I'm searching for jokes. Hi, Theo. So yes, it's I don't know what it is about this country at Christmas, but we all go loopy. You know, I tried to use my card and I keep thinking my card's been cloned or something. So I rang the bank. She goes, no, there's nothing wrong with your card. So I said, why did they keep declining it then? She goes, no idea. It's obviously them. So I'm like, oh, and have you tried to get hold of anybody in Royal Mail? Ugh. Hello, Chris. Hi, Jane. Storm's always a name. A is the... Hello there. Hi, Lisa. Not working, Lisa, or snicked off? Hello, Sue. Hello, Marguerite. Hello there. Right, we shall make a start. Hello, Jeanette. So I'm going to be using number 47, which is Raw Umber Deep, and I'm going to be using white. Yes, it's wild here as well, Anne. I tell you, it's wild. So I'm going to be using them two colours. So where do I put this now? Hang on. The floor isn't an option or I'll tread on it. Hello, Sue. Good evening, Marie. Good evening. So I'm going to be using the two colours from the Gansai Tambi. I can't say that. Thank you, Diane. Oh, so I feel much more organised today. Not with the cards, I've done no prep. But I feel more organised in life and business because I've caught up on paperwork. I've caught up on taxis and I've caught up on wrapping. The only thing I need to do now is buy a couple of bits for Ian and that's it. But why is it so difficult to buy for men? Oh, I was told there was an hour queue to talk to someone at Royal Mail. I'm not waiting in an hour's queue, Leanne. I'll just use a different payment method. Oh, drives me mad. It's only for paying for postage. Impacts on the UK and Ireland. As a result, Bram is the next official name on the Western Europe list and has been adopted by the Met Office. This means that, although Benjamin and Claudia affected the UK, they do not count towards the UK's official storm naming sequence. Bram is the next name for the annual list agreed upon by the Met Office. Good grief, Amanda. I can't believe... How did you know all that? Did you just copy and paste from Google reasoning? Men and presents. Honestly, it drives me potty. I know, it's winter. It's a storm. We have storms. Why does it have to be called a name? So everybody keeps coming up to me saying, yes, it's Storm Bram. Blimey, that's some trivia. Exactly, Diane. And I knew Amanda was going to say, you asked. You asked. So yes, I'm trying to think of a couple of ideas so Ian's got something to unwrap. I'm wrapping my grandchildren's prezzies while watching. I've done all my I only buy for my daughter and son and my hubby. That's it. Actually, you should have received a parcel, Amanda. I know the rest of the DT have, but I haven't. I don't know whether you've received one. But no, I just need to find a few bits for Ian. Good evening, all. Been over your way today, Tracy, on my way to Warrington. Did wave and shout hello, but wasn't sure if you were in or not. Oh no, must have missed that, Karen. I never heard you shouting. Did you shout loudly? I didn't hear you shouting. So I'm going to be using TE18. TE18 is what we're going to be using. And I did spray these, but I'll spray them again, just in case. I've got a jar of water. I have them and need to know what to do. Well, we did a card yesterday with the gold ones, so you could still use the gold with the golds from the Gansai Tambe. So that is worth watching as well, if you didn't see that, Louise. We did do that with the golds. Thanks, Karen. I always shout loudly. My post is always late. Well, I've sent you something. I know the rest of the DT have received theirs apart from Lynn because she's in Kyo. That's it. So I'm all organised apart from hubby. And it's always... So what I'm going to do... That's not very wet. I sprayed it a little bit, but I think it's a bit... That's better. That's a little bit more on there. So I actually remembered to spritz these, and now just a bit of something, and you can't open it now. You have to wait for Santa Claus. I was out yesterday and missed it, so we'll watch it. Thanks. Yes, we used the gold one, so that's another idea you can use. So I'm using the raw umber, and I just want to make sure I get some of that rich paint. Now I don't want it sopping wet, so let's just... I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. Now, this is why Sally's late, because she's been perfecting her jokes. So she's a little bit late. So she has been perfecting the jokes. So it does make me laugh. There we go. So no, it's not the best, is it? I'd rather make them. I'm just going to spritz this lightly with water. Just one spritz, that's all. And you can see I'm not rushing, I'm just taking my time. So I'll just wipe this a bit, just so that my hand doesn't slip. So that's just there. So just a light spritz, that is. So let me see, let's have this down here, like so. So we'll just have that down there. And it'll just give me the outline of the bauble, nothing awe-inspiring, just the outline of the bauble. So let's do that for the second one as well. We'll just do that for the second one. And we'll just add the raw umber. Now, you can use watercolour card for this and it'll move beautifully. What's that say? I gave all my dead batteries away free of charge. I have to use these free of charge. So that's wet enough. So I'm going to place this one here, like around about there. Stop dithering, Tracy. Got mine done today. Yay. You do feel a little bit better when you're not under so much pressure to get all the jobs done. So it does make you feel a little bit happier when you've got everything done. I think it does. And you don't for watercolours. Watercolours are brilliant. You know, if you've got a good quality watercolour, then they should be wonderful. These are highly pigmented, and what I've noticed is I've got some cheap watercolours and I can tell the difference. These are very rich in pigment, but if you've got some watercolours that you're happy with, then use them. Right, let's grab what kind of... So now I'm going to debate what brush, so you're going to have to bear with me because it takes all my decisions. So I've got another brush. Hello, Alice. This is the round one. And I'm just going to add a little bit of wet. Now, don't forget, I'm not using watercolour card. If you use watercolour card, it'll move even more. But I don't want it to move too much yet. Hello, Rachel. So I don't want it to move too much yet. Now, when I do this, paintbrush, I wrote all the Christmas jokes down and shared them at the Christmas crop when I did my make and takes. So thank you, ladies. Did they go down well, Louise? Or did they groan as much as I do? Did you have a few groans? Hi, Nanny Chris. Did you have a few groans? So I'm just going to add a little bit of water, literally plain water, just to the inside of the bauble. But if you want to, when I add the white, you'll be able to see that you could quite easily take off the top of the bauble and you could make Christmas puddings. So let's just add both a few groans and a few laughs. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to pick up the beautiful white, and I'm just going to add the white, mixing it with the brown. Just add the white just at the top here. But you could quite easily chop the top off and you could make Christmas puddings with this quite easily. And I have to say, this white is scrummy with the brown. It really is scrummy. Now I'm using a round brush, which holds a lot more moisture than other brushes. So now I'm going to come in with a little bit more of the brown. So I'm just coming in with a little bit more. What I'm going to do is wet my brush again. So if you wanted to and you didn't want to make a bauble, take the top off, use these two colours. But you need a good quality brush. Our dog fell in the canal today on his walk, literally stepped off the edge into it. The dog walker had to fish him out quick. He's been in the shower. Oh, Sue. Oh, bless. So are you wet as well, Sue? Seeing as how the dog walker had to get in the water as well. So I'm just making it nice and wet. I know, he must be traumatised. Must be traumatised. So I'm just going to continue at the moment. You can see I've got plenty of water on there. And I'm just going to pick the brown up again and just dab. How do trees access the internet? They log in. Brilliant. Brilliant. I know, poor little fur baby. So I'm using the round brush and that's moving this watercolour beautifully now. So I just want the watercolour to move a little bit more of that white. Yes, I was after his shower. Oh, bless. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the white. Now, can you see how you could quite easily make this into a pudding, into a Christmas pudding? Because what you'd do is you'd chop that top off there. So you'd chop the top off there, and you could make this into a Christmas pudding. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in with the pigment now, and I'm just going to just blend the pigment just to the bottom. What kind of car does a Jedi drive? A Toyota. Art Italian. He was shocked, bless him. Oh, bless his heart. What a shame. But can you see how the pink frog is taking that colour? How it's taking it. So what you need to do is just go to the bottom of the bauble and then just drag this up a little bit into that white, just so that it's a little bit more frothy. Hi everyone, hope you're feeling well. Hi Lee, where would I find that? Where would I find that? What is Lee after? So Lee is after something. She's not very good at tech or something. Why did the bicycle fall over? Because it was too tired. Oh, thank you, Sue. But if you didn't want to do the baubles and you wanted to do one, make it into a Christmas pudding. It's entirely up to you. So I'm still dipping this into the dirty brown water. That doesn't matter. I'm going to pick up the white and I'm just going to add the white. Just a little bit more white at the top. And then I'm going to come in with the water. So I'm just picking up the water with my fine brush. And I'm now just dragging some of that brown back out again into the white. So this is a nice simple card to do. And to be honest, I'm faffing because that's what I love doing. Because it just makes me happy just to faff a little bit. So it's up to you. So leave that. And then what I want you to do is I'm going to hold this quite high up and I'm just going to spritz the card just lightly, just so that I get a few areas just coming out of the bauble. There we go. I can see it bleeding now. So I want it to bleed a little bit. What brand of the brush are you using? I am using, hang on, Fumu. Fumu. F-U-U-M something something I. It's a round brush number 10. Round brush number 10. That's better. So can you see I've got some movement? Oh, Tracy, page under my name. But I'll tell you now, I was announcing you are the winner from my pest yesterday. Oh, lovely, Anne. Anne strikes again with her texting. If you message Tracy, you can pick a stamp set of your choice. I'll tell you now, I was announcing you as the winner. What are you like, Anne? Thank you. That's how you spell it, Diane. Thank you. So can you see that I've made it bleed now on purpose? So I've made that bleed on purpose because I want a little bit of bleed because I will go in again with some more colour. So let's grab the heat tool. So I'm just going to grab that heat tool. What do you... I just think these are brilliant. I love Anne's typos. Oh, thank you, Karen. I just wanted a little bit just coming out to the outside. Right, so I'll just keep my heat tool here for a bit. That's a keeper, that one is, Ruth says, about the banana. So let's just dry this. Oh, got you. So Lee was the winner on Anne's post. That's it. Or pissed, if you want to put what Anne put, P-I-S-T. She doesn't put post anymore, she puts P-I-S-T. Yes, angel wings would look fab with these colours, but I'm going to put the detail back in again. Let's just dry this a little bit more. So I'm just dry. There we go. What's the best time to go to the dentist? 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. What's the best time to go to the dentist? 2:30. Now what you'll notice is if you grab a bit of water and you've not fully dried it, you can still pick up some of this colour. 2:30. 2:30. Do you get it? 2:30. I love it. So I'm just adding a little bit more water now, and we're going to come in and just add a little bit more of that detail again. Now we've made it bleed. Anne, but we know that anyway. That's why we love you, because we can't take you anywhere. So I'm just picking up the white now. So just pick up the white again, and we're just going to add back in some of that lovely detail. And you can see it's lovely and thick, the paint is. It's not until I add that water that it starts to blend. And once the white goes into the brown, it's lovely. It's wonderful. A little tiny bit of pencil work, of course, because that's what I love doing. So what you need to do is just make sure that you're not just leaving the pigment just sitting there without activating it with your water. So just make sure that you are activating your pigment and it's not just sitting on there. And I can't recommend these two colours enough, especially this. There we go. Let's have a bit more water. So we're just going to dab a little bit more water on now. You like watching how things come together? Thank you, Helen. I just sit here with my legs and my fingers crossed, hoping that they work out the way my head puts them. The way I put things in my head might not necessarily work on paper. So I do worry slightly. Let's just add a little bit more brown. So you can see how much, look, I'm just giving it a little twiddle now. That's a professional term, as a little twiddle. There we go. So we'll just leave it at that for now and we'll let it do its thing. Ignore that second emoji. I'm on a roll tonight with texting. What is that second emoji? The second emoji with the slanted face. My boss asked me how good I was at making spreadsheet. I told him I excel at it. Oh, God. They're so good, though. I think they're brilliant. I like these. Right, while that just does its own thing a little bit, I'm going to use this stamp from TE45. I'm a little bit obsessed with stamps. So let's just take the twiddly stamp, as we call it, from TE45. What's that red bit on there? Oh, a bit of tissue, look, lovely. So I'm taking this one from TE45. You love me, really. Yes, we do, Anne. Of course we do. I've got the wrong ink pad out. I like it because then my text, I love it. Oh, I've just dropped the heat tool on the floor. There's that many wires here. It's just ridiculous. Right, so copy of paper. Just so I don't get that oily ink just on my non-stick craft sheet. Oh, because it's sometimes a little thing to get off, a bit of a pain. I always ink the whole stamp because I can never judge where I'm going, so I always ink the whole thing just because it's much easier. Oh, thank you, Helen. So I'm going to, now this would be perfect either for male or female, depending how you dress it up. So I'm going to take a little bit of this stamp, and I've got the copy of paper just so that oily ink. We have a lot of trouble with Anne Young. We do, don't we, Lucy? Bless Anne. We do have a lot of trouble with her, don't we? I mean, what is she like? The things that she comes out with. I love it when she puts dot something and all these strange Facebook pages come up. When she messages us. Oh, she does cheer us up. Where will you find Friday before Thursday? A dictionary. Where will you find Friday before Thursday? A dictionary. Oh, yes, of course you... Oh dear, that took me far too long, that did. That took me far too long. That took me way too long, that did. It shouldn't have taken me that long at all. So I'm just going to let this do its thing. And then I'm just going to grab the fan brush. So I'm just going to take the fan brush. It just buffered a little bit there. Let's grab some water. Yes, it's because of the weather, Ruth. So let's take a little bit of water. And what I'm going to do is I'm just adding a few splatters. Now, why am I adding a few splatters? Because that will move the watercolour a little bit more, but so that it's not quite so regimental. It'll soften it a little bit. Yes, there's nothing we can do about the buffering. I'm sorry, it's the weather. Are you buffering, Lucy? Yes, it's the weather. Storm Bram, or whatever it is. It is. Maybe it'll go away. Bram's at its worst. A little bit of water, it softens it just so that it's not so regimented. So it just softens that a little bit. I'm going to take the heat tool. So now let's dry this so we can do a little bit more. Blame Bram, exactly, Sue. How much does... Nothing, it's on the house. See? You're all at it. Oh, yes. Man took a potato to an auctioneer for valuation. Why have you bought a potato, the auctioneer said. Well, I bought it. Might have some value. It's a King Edward's. Oh, it's a King Edward's. Oh. We're going to add some gold as well, Lee. Yes, you could add some gold flakes as well. That would look lovely with these colours. But what I'm doing now is I'm just giving this a proper dry, and let's just blot a little bit. So let's blot some of that moisture, just so that we haven't got too much moisture and you haven't got too much pigment lying on the surface. So let's just dry from the other side. Yes, it would look lovely with some gold leaf. Might even have a few sheets of gold leaf. That is grown worthy, I know. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to use dark brown PC 946. And what we're going to do, let's just make sure that is dry. There we go. So I'm just going to come in and we're just going to add a little, just with a brown pencil, just to give it a little bit of definition. Just to give that a little touch of definition. So it's entirely up to you what detail you add. And as I said, you could quite easily make it into a pudding. Would love some inspiration for the pearl colours, as I've got that when I next do a YouTube video. There we go. But I'm using this really. So I'm just going to it's only a little touch, but it's just a few little details, just to make sure that we've got a little bit of detail in there. Just with the brown. Then I want to add the thread. Look, does anyone here use Andy Skinner's new colour Inkology? I've not used any, but Amanda has. She's just said me. Amanda's just said me. I haven't got any Inkology. So I've just added the thready bits. And then what I'm going to do, let me just grab the metallic. She says, Amanda, how do you like them? How do you like them? I've never used them. What kind of inks are they? Enjoy tomorrow. Yes, see you Thursday, Leanne. Right, so now I'm going to use Champagne Gold. Does help if you spray it, Tracy. So I'm going to use Champagne Gold because it's just a lovely colour. So let's use some of that Champagne Gold, and we'll put a little bit of gold leaf on because that colouring. I suppose it depends how many things you want for watercolouring, doesn't it? How many types of watercolouring type products that you actually fancy. You know, how many do you like using? It's not for me. I have to use the products. So I'm just adding a little bit of the colour there. Let's add a little bit more. There we go. Have you got some, Louise? Have you got some, or are you thinking of buying some? Let's just add a little bit of water. Let's grab my fan brush. Mike. Yes, if they each do a different job, I just find that if some products are too similar, then I don't tend to use them. I sort of use the ones I love, and if something does something very similar. So I'm using the Champagne Gold. No, but I'm thinking of buying them soon. There you go then. Actually, if you go on Andy Skinner's, what's his group called? Is it Cosmic Shimmy? If you go on his Cosmic Shimmy group, they will have used them in there and you'll have some ideas. So I've just added some Champagne Gold. I'll lift this up so you can see this. And I've used it with my fan brush. How much is a gram? Teacher, how much is a gram? Tyrone, depends on what you need. Let me just lift this up so you can see the gold. I got the original set. Andy is very good at his techniques, and he's very good technically because he knows how all the products are made. So he's very good technically as well. Made myself a splatter box. Good idea. Yeah, you can been around for many years where you stamp the image in white and then you overstamp. So yes, but he's very good, Andy is. He knows all the technical stuff. So just show you the gold on there, just so you can see that. I'm going to add some text. So let's add some text. So I'm going to take TE11. Some guy called me a tool, so I got hammered and can't believe I've just read that out. Right, so I'm then going to use Portobello again. Thank you, Anne. So what I love about the metallics is they're classy metallics. They're not, I suppose, do you know what I mean? They're not tacky looking golds and metallics. It's just, Andy is very clever. Actually know how the product's made. They're very good technically as well, not just artistically, but artistically Andy is exceptional, absolutely exceptional. So I'm just adding a little bit of the text to the bauble. Classy, not brassy, exactly. So I like it because the metallics are not brassy, because I don't like that. I like golds against the browns. I always have done. But as you can see, I'm just adding a little tiny bit of text here and there, just so you can see that. Yeah, there's lots of mica in them, yes. But like some colours, Sally is off with the after-hour jokes. So we may not be able to put that one in group. So I'm using TE11. Why do hamburgers go to the gym? To get better buns. Oh dear me. So I'm just adding a little bit of the text just to give a little bit more detail. And then we will add a little bit of gold leaf. We will add some gold leaf. Thank you, Jeanette. So let's add some gold leaf. Well, it's not real gold leaf, mine is. Five out of 6 people agree that Russian roulette is safe. Thank you, Trudy. Thanks, Amanda. So I'm just going to reach for some gold leaf. Now, bear with me because there might be, just a downfall of products. Bear with me because I have to move things out of the way. Let's move that out of the way. This is broken down, so there's no point looking at the label. Let me grab a little bit of glue. So hopefully I've got a quickie glue pen that works. So let's see if this quickie glue pen works. Yeah, I like to use a quickie glue pen. Thank you, Sarah. Banging joke, Sally. Bit of quickie glue pen. Now, I don't want to add too much, so I'm just going to add a few touches of the glue pen, just here and there. Let's add a little bit down here. And it'll probably stick everywhere because everything's soaking wet, but hey-ho. What disease do elderly dinosaurs get? Jurassic Parkinson's. Oh my goodness me. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this glue just on a little bit of the stem, and let's have, now when you're using the quickie, putting down a thin layer of glue. So because of that, you're really wasting your time if you put too thick a layer of the gold leaf on. So don't go and get sort of big clumpy sheets of gold leaf when you've only put these little bits of glue down. Tracy, can we have a small white fauve stamp for Easter, Christmas? Oh, Dove. I was thinking, what's a fauve? Dove. Well, you haven't helped me much really with what to get Ian, have you, with for his little bits and pieces. You said they're difficult to buy for. That's neither use nor ornament to me. So I'm just using very fine layers of the gold leaf, because if you come in with gold leaf, big clumpy gold leaf, it's just not going to stick to that fine glue. So come in with little bits of the gold leaf. Don't try and stick it on when you've only got a little bit of glue. Just make sure you use a tiny bit of glue, just a tiny bit, and it will just stick nice. Balls. Oh, for God. Actually, Ian would have quite a bit of fun with juggling balls. I'm sure he would, because he's like a big child most of the time. So what I'm going to do now is just dust this. Just give it a little bit of a dusting. Now, I don't want to go too over the top with the gold leaf, but I do want a little bit on there. Let's just put that back. No, Tracy, the dove was a stamp, not for Ian. Tracy breathing while applying the gold leaf. I know Rebecca. Rebecca loves gold leaf. She adores gold leaf. Down here, just a little bit more gold leaf, just down here on this bauble. You love gold leaf, don't you, Rebecca? I'm dead funny and I just take tiny bits out so that I don't, you know. Hi, Helen Shipley. Don't know how long I will be here. The signal is appalling. No problem, Jane. It's because of the storm. It's funny because it's not actually too bad for me. So there we go. Just any more here. Most of it's just sticking to my finger. Okay. Piece of spring is here. I'm so excited. I wet my plants. I often do when spring arrives. So I've now got gold leaf everywhere. So let's just tidy that up a little bit. Bring this in. There we go. I'm going to put this away. And again, I will lift this up for you. It is so windy here. It is. It's really windy here. But just so you can see the little touches of gold leaf, just so that it's not too much, but it's there. Not too much, but it's actually there. So I've not gone... What we're talking... You could get Ian Bold Bro if he hasn't got any hair. What the heck is Bold Bro? What's Bold Bro? Come on, Lee. What is Bold Bro? Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Too overpowering. Let's just place this back while I think on. It's nice just to try and do something a little bit different so that all the cards or all the tags that Amanda's doing, just so that they all look a little bit different. And it's nice when they all look a bit different. But I wanted this to be vintage. I didn't want to add any reds. Now, you could add reds. You could add red berries or whatever you want. But we haven't finished yet. We've just got couple more things to do. So I'm going to take the berries stamp. Mega buffering, spoke too soon. Well, of course there is. There has to be mega buffering just to make it, you know, difficult. So I'm going to take the berries stamp because I'm slightly obsessed. And I'm just going to take a couple of berries, just to add some berries. So I'm just taking a couple of berries. And obviously I need to add the white. Thank you, Sue. That means so much. Thank you. So I'm just going to, there we go. Add a couple of berries. And as I say, this could quite easily be a Christmas pudding. No problem at all. Let me just place this back. Head conditioner or moisturiser. Ah, got you. Yes, because he's only got a tiny bit of hair. I'm going to have to think because I only want a few little bits because he's had that car thing that he was having. Where did we put the brush? Nobody knows. Definitely past watershed. What's that? Oh, booby trap. They're good though, aren't they? Let's have a little bit more water. There we go. So let's just take our bleed proof white. And you can tell that I'm dawdling because, and I'm not rushing. Hi Tracy and everyone. So sorry I'm late. I've been to Long Lit today to see the Christmas lights. Oh, was it looking beautiful, Maureen? Was it looking lovely? Days of Christmas. I am going to just go out and just enjoy visiting a couple of the towns just to see the lights and maybe enjoy a couple of the festivities, maybe Trenton, just to enjoy some of those festivities. Let's get a little bit more water. So I'm just adding a few little touches of white, and you're not going to need much because you want to keep it pretty vintage. You don't want to keep it, you don't want to take away from that. A groan. Who's driving? Oh, the girl next door. You're not far from me, are you, Sue? You're not far from me. I'm sure you're not, because I'm in Cheshire and I'm sure you're not far from me. Jade went to Trenton for the Christmas market and hardly anyone there stall-wise. Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Spanish class, Jane. So I'm going to use my Inktense pencil just to give a little bit of shading just down here. And obviously it's going to activate a little bit of that watercolour, but that doesn't matter. We're just going to add a little bit of the shading just underneath the bauble. No, it's about 45 minutes to Trentham. You're not far from me then, because I'm just in Cheshire, so me at all. So let's just blend this out. So just giving a little bit more shadow just under those baubles, because we want to finish it off properly. We do need a sentiment as well. Now you could quite easily, what was I going to say, add reds to this as well. Am I going to add a little bit? I think I am. I said I wasn't going to order any more mica flakes, but I did in the end because I like them too much. So I'm going to add a few micas. I used to know a lot of science jokes, but now they're all gone. Oh. Bit of mica flakes. Oh, you should do a weekend workshop and I'll come. Do you know, I stopped doing workshops after COVID. And the main reason was there's so much product, because obviously you need product for everybody to use. So it was just getting mad buying the product. And then I felt like I was living out of a case all the time, because I was packing and unpacking continually. Me too, me too. Some of the area's lights have gone off. Oh no, Heather, that's not good. So I'm just going to add a couple of bits of mica just to my card, just here and there. I remember before COVID, I was literally packing and unpacking a case, and I'm not exaggerating, 7 days a week. And I'd end up with carrier bags all over the house because I never had time to unpack them. Oh. Your accent is my home, Cheshire. In the south, donkeys now, I still call it. Well, I'm actually a pot herb. I'm actually from the Potteries. But I left the Potteries about, how long have I been here? 26, so over 30 years ago. But I am a pot herb. I am, as they used to call me, a pot herb. So I'm just adding some mica flakes. And if Catherine watches this on Rewind, I have ordered some more mica flakes. I had to order them from the States, but they will be here in about 7 days. So I'm just adding some mica flakes. We can bring our own craft stuff. Because that was the problem. Because obviously when I was doing workshops, you were expected to bring all the product. And I'd be carrying that much stuff, it was mad. And the packing and unpacking just drove me absolutely demented. It just drove me mad. I don't know Cheshire well. I'm sure there's lots of places I'd recognise. Oh, there is. There's lots of places in Cheshire that you would recognise. Where was I just going to put this then? I was too busy listening to your conversations. So I'm just adding a little bit of mica. I know Amanda's, not now, Tracy, eh? A potted herb, Tracy. Hang on a minute. What have I missed? What's the potted herb, Tracy? Not now, Tracy. What's that? What have I missed? Why is Rebecca saying a potted herb, Tracy? Oh, you see, now I'm lost now, because I look down. So I'm going to add this to just a card blank, but I want to add a gold edge. My comments are not moving. My comments are moving, but they're moving too fast because I've missed what? Amanda, you don't have to take everything with you now. Oh, don't you, Amanda? Oh, it was, honestly, Amanda, it was a pain. I was carrying, like, you should have seen the size of the trolley I was carrying. And even Ian said, Tracy, this is getting ridiculous. Even Ian said it. It was just a nightmare. Tracy, you could put a workshop together. You could put a workshop together and no suitcase. Oh, sounds better to me. That does, Kay. Sounds better to me. So I'm going to add my Posca pen. You see, the problem with me is I'm too honest and too truthful. You know, a lot of people, for me, Amanda and Tracy, please do one together. We did mention that, me and Amanda did mention that. Fantastic doing workshops. The best bit about doing workshops is the people. The rest of it is flipping hard. But the people, it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. So I'm then going to add this to a white card. Now, let me show you. If you add it direct to the white card, it's very pared back, but very classy. Or, I haven't cut a piece out. Now, you're going to have to bear with me. That's a growler joke. Hang on, what's that say? Simba was moving too slowly, so I told him to move fast. Move fast. Oh. So I'm just cutting a piece of card because I didn't cut it. I wish you were nearer me. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Thanks, Amanda. 2 different ways. So you could have it so that it's just on the white card and it's very classy and pared back. The behind the scene work is hard, but so worth it on the day. I just like the people. The hard work is hard work. I'm going to grab a dark colour. Thank you, Kate. Let me ground espresso. So I'm going to grab ground espresso. I'll show you what it looks like with both. Why couldn't the teddy bear eat his dessert? Because he was stuffed. Oh dear, dear, dear. What's that? Have to be careful who you say that to, Diane. So I'm adding some of this ground espresso. Lovely, dark, rich brown. Yes, I'd say lost. So let's have a look at both now. And the problem with me as well, when I used to do workshops, I did one at Amelia's and it was an all-day class. And you know, I still ran over. I always ran over, I did, because I used to keep saying, oh, you could just do. Leonie, Pujol, Paula and 2 others did a weekend at Horse Bar in Rugeley. Oh yes, I saw that advertised. Now, you can also put it onto the black, which just lifts it a little bit before you put it on the white, like so. I do like, so that's when it's got the border on, or you can have it so that it's just straight on the white and quite pared back. That's it, the Craft Collective, Leonie, Stampanorium, Funky Fossil, yes, that's it, yeah. So, I know they were doing workshops. I like the broken edge. The broken edge. The brown edge. You and Amanda have done classy today. Oh, bless. I like both because that's quite pared back and looks lovely. It's just, I suppose we've had a lot of cards with the layer for a change. How's that? Because we've had a lot with layers on. So let's, when we show people on Facebook tomorrow, you've then got one that's got no sort of physical mat and layers. So this pretty paired back, like so. And then we've got different kinds of cards that we've done in the class, in the 12 days of inspiration, because all the others were matte and layered. And then if you make one, you can choose to either mat it onto the brown, or you can do it however you want. But if I'm missing the word Christmas somewhere, which one is that on? I do this every time, and then which one? Let's have believe, because I'm not hunting another one out. So we'll have the word believe. What was that? Where does an animal go if it loses its tail? A retailer. White card. And I'll hold it up so you can see all the detail. I'm going to use Portobello, and we'll make sure I am using white card, because I'm terrible. Sometimes I pick the packaging up from my stamps, and I end up putting that, stamping on that, which is not good. It's nice to have a mix of cards, a mix of colours, a mix of styles, because then there's something for everybody. You're on form tonight, Sally, says Bev. She's been on form for the last few days now. And Amanda. So let's just take that. They did that today. What was that? What do you do with a sick scientist? Well, if you can't heal him and you can't cure him, then you might as well bury him. It does, it keeps you laughing, doesn't it, Cheryl? It does keep you laughing. So I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive. That is clever, isn't it, Helen? That is clever. So I'm just going to add the believe just here. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading under that. What do you call a girl who's just come back from the beach? Sandy. Oh, it's all right, Gloria. I knew what you meant. You should. I'm going to go under here with my brown pencil. Just add a little bit of my brown pencil just underneath there. There we go. And then that is your card finished. It's got mica flakes on there. It's got gold leaf on there. It has a top as well, just so you can see that. And you've got the gold leaf as well. And that is our card for tonight. And that's Tuesday night done. What do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic. Roman Catholic. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Again, different from yesterday evenings that was all blues. So it just gives you some different ideas. So we've got a project on the group from Nicola. So if you look out at Nicola's project, she's done a lovely project today using the fence, and she's got a lovely project on Thursday as well. So we've still got for the next 3 days up until Friday. Thank you, Amanda. So we've got more to inspire you until Friday. And I think tomorrow I'm going to do something with, what colours shall I use tomorrow? I think I'm going to do, what did I wrote the colours down. I think I'm going to do something maybe with purpley colours. I'll see. Love this. Classic. Thank you, Tracy. You're very welcome, Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Our fingers crossed that it's a little bit more friendly, less windy, shall we say. Let's hope that it's less windy tomorrow. So I shall love you and leave you, and I shall see you all tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Don't forget to look out for Amanda at 4 o'clock. So love to all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye.